Joined here by Chippenham manager Mike Cook at the Thornbury Surfaces Stadium. Mike, FA Cup, third qualifying round against Hastings, go down to a 1-0 defeat today, mate. I know you don't want to, but talk us through it.
Poor from everybody in our team, basically, and disappointed for the coaching staff with all the stuff that we've done on them, and it's almost like they've just gone out and done completely the opposite. And I've just told them in there then that that's probably the worst performance since I've been here. So not a great day for the players, unfortunately. And it doesn't matter how well they're doing in the league at the moment. It matters about this cup competition today, and they should be beating a team like that, easily, really. So to not do that is very, very disappointing, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, we all sort of sit around having a little bit of a chinwag about certain things that have happened, and the injury list and the suspensions. Well, there's no suspensions really. The injury list really prevalent at the moment for ourselves, and it didn't help with that early doors with Callum Gunner. Obviously, not looking at making excuses, but Guns has gone off with seemingly a broken hand. Yeah, we've had to make the change early. Hanksy's been withdrawn before the half. It's not helping you, is it? No.
Hanksy's played today with he's had terrible flu. We've asked him to try and give us as much as he can, so there's no blame proportion with him. It's just I didn't have anybody else that I could chuck in there really, and Callum's, it looks like he's probably broken his hand, so with the other 4 or 5 that are out, I mean, it's good to see Adam Mann back and Spence, but I'm playing Spence in a right back role, which he's just not a right back, and it's disappointing because we've got too many sort of Ryan Paraggs in square holes at the moment, and we're not just quite gelling like we need to be doing. But in saying that, they're 2 leagues below us, even with a half-fit squad, and all those people out, we should be giving them more of a game than what we give them today. They were first to everything, passing was better, and deserved to win the tie for me.
It's hard to disagree with you, Mike. I mean, I was watching the game. We did seem not quite at the races today from sort of when we got out there, and like I say, normally that first ball was quite critical for us, but the second ball's normally where we do ourselves a service. How does it change?
I don't know really, because it's it's only 7 days ago that we've gone to Concord and put up a great result. If I'm brutally honest with what happened on Tuesday night, that was probably to be expected, especially with the the team being under a little bit of strain and pressure with the injuries and stuff. But today there's no excuses. At the end of the day, we should be beating that team. It's not as if they played us off the park. It was just that they did their fundamentals better than us, which is disappointing. We had no tempo to the game, either with the ball or without the ball. Why that is, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But you only go back a couple of weeks, say at St Albans, where we've gone over there and played some terrific stuff. Should have won the game really, and then you come to this, and this is when you're the coach or a manager or a supporter, or if you're on the board of directors. These days are testing, and it's challenging, and it's hard not to get emotional in there and say something that you perhaps regret tomorrow. So when that does happen, I think you need to be a bit measured. You need to realise where we are at the moment. So league form's not too bad, but so disappointed with today.
Yeah, I think it's important that we take a bit of perspective and actually take stock of where we're at as a football club. In that instance, the start to the season this year that we've made. We did have a little conversation about it, me and you on the slide, just in little chats. When we do start putting together strings of results and start making waves, 4th in the league at the moment, we've played our game in hand and we're still sat there. The expectation level tends to rise a little bit. It's not unheard of for clubs, just because we've made such a good start, for teams to start phoning it in games like this. We can't take people like Hastings lightly. They do come from 2 divisions below, of course, but we've seen already with Oxford City getting put out in the last round by Froome. We've seen ourselves having a good little struggle against Poole. Teams like that, it can happen, but I suppose it's really credit to yourself and the staff really that expectation levels rise to a game like this, where it does feel so disappointing to come and have that sort of situation.
Yeah, definitely, I'd agree with that as well. But that's why I said when you're down the bottom, and there's a different kind of pressure when you're down the bottom. and actually there's a few of them in that dressing room that are fine. The pressure comes when you're expected to win, and I don't think they handled that pressure very well today. There was too many of them hiding, not getting on the ball, not doing what we were telling them to do and what would happen today as well. So there was no surprises. Apart from the two lads that they had a bit of a change before, that was the only change for us. But we knew the way that they were going to play, we knew we were going to set out. But as a coach and a manager, if you're asking your lads to pass the ball 10 yards and they're not doing that, then we're in trouble today, in which we were.
And like you say, Mike, as a manager, it's now your job to brave it out, put a face on, go and have a chat with the board of directors, get the lads picked up again for Saturday. We're returning to the league on Saturday, and I suppose, without meaning to put the kiss of death on it, if you're going to go back to the league after a disappointing cup exit, a team like Welling at the moment, the form they're in is probably the way to go. Welling on Saturday, mate, it's a great chance for you to pick the troops back up and get back to, like you say, that great form that we're in the league at the moment.
Yeah, it is. But then again, you see, when you've got a team like Welling, they've got nothing to lose. They're going to go for it, and they're going to come here, and people are going to be expecting that again. So for us to be under that similar pressure of today, even, that we've got to be able to handle that, and you've got to puff your chest out and get on the ball and be nice and confident, or else everything else what we talk about goes out the window. So there'll be some harsh words, I think, on Tuesday as well, because not everything was said that needed to be said today, but also we'll do our due diligence again on Welling. We'll be having a look at them and doing our own work. So the lads have got to take this on the chin. This is firmly, I put the team out there as well, so obviously I'm responsible as well, but when it's a performance like that, it's embarrassing, to be honest. So for me, they need to all stand up and be counted next Saturday against Welling.
Well, commiserations for today, Mike. Obviously, it's never great going out in any circumstances, especially these ones. Go and take yourself a bit of time, mate, and all the very best next week for Welling. We hope to join you there.
Great, thanks, man.